Hi guys, when I started doing YouTube back in 2013, one of the series I was doing I called Bargain Store Projects, where I'd go and buy something in Poundland or Pound World or 99p store as there was at the time, and try and make something with it. Repurpose it, I think is the best way to put it. I've done quite a few of them, and over the years I've sort of drifted into other stuff. But I was in Poundland today and I spotted these things, garden spinners as they're called. Got two of them and I'm going to use them for my rubber band power projects. Use them as propellers, make a couple of propeller driven cars. And look at this one first. I'll probably do two separate videos. We're not talking a great deal of power here or anything like that. We just need to rig something up that can spin on and either push or pull the car. If we have it on the back there, it's going to have to turn that way to push it. And if it's on the front, facing you, that'll be turning that way. A pusher would stop the propeller getting damaged when it hits the other end, so that's what I'll probably do. This will be at the back. One thing I forgot to mention, which is important, is one reason I picked these up in Poundland is the stake that you're supposed to stick in the ground. I think is fiberglass. And there's a pair of them, because you put one on top of the other and there's a joining piece there. They're ever so handy for things like axles for rubber band powered cars and other things, but yeah, they're good strong axles, so that's a bonus. I won't be using them for axles on this car. That's one I've used before a few times. For the shaft of the propeller, I've got this little bit of aluminium wire. It actually comes from an aluminium coat hanger. It's a bit of a loose fit in there, so I'll put a bit of tape around it to make it a tighter fit. And on the back side here, I've just melted a bit of a slot, so that little hook will sit in that slot, so it actually turns the propeller around. And on this end I need to put a tube there to support it, and then bend a hook in it to wrap the rubber band around, or connect the rubber band to. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I've got a bit of plastic tubing there for the bearing. So I need to bend a hook in this. I have to be careful because this aluminium does actually break quite easily if you bend it too much. So it'll have to be a fairly gentle hook, and then we'll have to glue that onto something to hold it in place. I've cut a bit of scrap wood up to position the bearing high enough so that the propeller doesn't actually touch the ground. And then got some rubber bands there attached to a hook at the front. So I'll wind it up in the correct direction, which is, yeah, that way, so that when it goes unwinds, it goes that way, which is going to pull it forwards, or push it, because it's a pusher. I'll take the camera off the tripod and we'll follow it up the kitchen, assuming it goes. No idea how many turns to put on it. What usually happens is I put too many on and these bands break. I feel a bit of resistance now, so it must be wound up reasonably well. We are going. That's quite gentle, really. And it's going to do the full distance under power. Yeah, it's still going. This is me running backwards this time. Well, not running, walking. It's not exactly fast. Is it going to hit anything? No, it missed. Would hit the camera tripod if I left it in place. Yeah, did the full distance. Excellent. Summary time. Well, it works. I'm going to count that as a complete success. So that's a bargain store project for my Putarubberbandonit channel. The fan, or whatever we want to call it, comes from a garden spinner from Poundland. The body or chassis is one that I've used a few times on some of my previous episodes. Same with the wheels. Those ones are CDs with bits of plywood glued to them, with a bamboo cane for the axle. The front wheels are actually plywood wheels, discs I cut out and painted black, and they're on bamboo skewers or bamboo canes for the axles too. Then we've got a good selection of rubber bands there. I did manage to break them. That's the second set of rubber bands on there now. The propeller shaft is made from a coat hanger, metal coat hanger. That one happens to be an aluminium coat hanger, but a steel one would work just as well. We needed something to fill up the centre of the propeller blade, because that's quite a big hole in there, and I needed quite a thick piece of wire to go in there, and I still had to put some tape around it to make it fit, and a bit of plastic tubing on there, hot glued in place, a scrap bit of wood also hot glued in place, and that's it. That's our fan driven rubber band powered car. Or another definition I've been using is twisted rubber bands as opposed to stretched rubber bands. So we're storing the energy in a different way. Yep, that's it. Job done. Pleased with that.